I'm gonna be the first to say I got it wrong.
Here we go.
And I'm gonna be the last to give up on the cause. And I'll do everything to make sure I gave it my all. Never wanna make it seem I know it all. Cause in this life I'm gonna slip and fall. See, it's not how you play the game, but the lesson that you take and the ones you help along.
What's going on, everybody? This is Dwayne Malone.
This is Lonzo Jones, and we want to welcome y'all to our first episode of Learn and Live. We about to get this thing off right. We're going to talk about faith and belief today. And so, Dwayne, what exactly is faith?
Listen, faith is having confidence in something or someone. And you may even be wondering, how can I apply faith in my life? Why do I need faith? Well, let me tell you, if you don't have faith, it's just like being a drunk driver driving a car. You living life reckless.
That's good.
It's crazy, and you gotta have it. And not having faith will cause fear. And what fear is a setup for failure.
Okay,
you get what I'm saying?
I see where you're going. And my thing about faith is when I talk about it in the spiritual realm, I'm looking at it as faith is you no longer think with your mind, you think with the word. So you no longer think with your mind, you think with your goal, you think with your purpose, you think with your passion. So therefore, nothing else is going to block you from getting to where you're trying to go if you use faith. And a lot of people want to ask us, man, how do we get faith? And see, that's the question that a lot of people ask, but no one seems to have an answer from time to time. So we're going to answer that for you. See, faith comes by hearing and hearing and hearing.
True.
Think about that. Hearing is a present tense. It's not talking about something you've done in the past. See, it comes by hearing. It's a noun thing. See, faith is a noun thing.
Yeah.
If I'm not listening to something or hearing something right now, then how in the world am I gonna depend on something I learned in the past? You know what I'm saying? When you was in the 5th grade, you learned 5th grade education. 5th grade education ain't gonna get you nowhere when you're a grown man. You see what I'm saying?
That's true, man.
So you got to be willing to hear and hear and hear. Faith is something that is like unwavering belief.
Exactly.
You know without a shadow of a doubt that you know that you know that you know. And see, you have to know whatever you're doing in life or want to do in life, you have to know and have that faith in order to get there. We talked about faith. We talked about how to get faith and how to use faith.
Yeah.
So now we're going to switch over. We're going to talk about faith during an adversity or during hard times. And see, that's really when you really know that you have faith. See, anybody can be up and upbeat when stuff going good. You see where I'm going?
That's true. That's
But
true.
when hard times come, when it's time for you to buckle down, that is when I can really sit here and say, does this brother or this sister or this man or this woman really have faith? See, I can be up all day, happy-go-lucky, and just pushing through stuff when it's good.
Yeah.
But I'm going to really learn who you really are when a trial comes, when a testimony comes, or when a test comes for that testimony.
Yeah.
And so if you don't show me during the adversity that you can push through, then I know without a shadow of a doubt that you ain't built up on the faith that you talk about. What do you think about that?
That's true, because believe it or not, and a lot of times we don't want to accept the fact of what you just said, but hard times gonna come. I mean, you can sit there and act all day long, every day, like you got faith.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be that moment where faith is all you gonna have, and that's your opportunity right there to see if that's really what you got, or do you got fear? Do you got that unbreakable faith? Do you got that unbreakable faith? And a lot of times we might as well accept the fact, the truth of it. A lot of times, most of us fail.
Yeah.
When it come to that, when troubles come, we go to everybody else besides the source where we need to go to our faith at. And our faith, what we believe in, is God.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of times we forget all about that, especially when times are good.
Oh yeah, man.
When times are good, man, like income taxes coming. You know what I'm saying? Well, we got money, we forgot all about the hard times previously. You know what I'm saying? So where's your faith at then?
Yeah, and you got to realize this too. it's easier to build your faith if you're constantly hearing. So when an adversity comes, if you've already been built up on everything that's going to tackle that adversity, it's nothing for you to push through. It's nothing for you to overcome that, because why? You've already been built up on it. See, a lot of people like to get in a storm and then want to build a roof. You can't do that. See, the roof already got to be built before the storm comes. You see what I'm saying?
Man, that's true.
I just dropped something on y'all right there.
That's true. That was good. That's good.
Well,
y'all better write that down. That's a quote right there.
But see, that's how faith works. You know, you have to have it during the hard times. If you don't have it during the hard times, I promise you right now, you will crumble, you will fall, you will be defeated by the enemy. Every time. He will have a perfect record against you. But if you build yourself up on that faith, on that word, on that strength, you feed your mind, you can tackle anything there is in life.
And we might as well be honest, you know, if your faith is not strong as what it needs to be, and the enemy see that, they gonna beat you down, and while you down, they ain't having no mercy on you. It's steady gonna beat you down, and beat you down, and beat you down. It's gonna come to a point where you got to reminisce when faith was there before, when you had it before. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to go and come to the realization of it.
But see, a lot of times, the enemy will come in at first, and then he'll knock us down because we don't have faith. And see, once we get knocked down, a lot of times the enemy can leave, because at that point in time, the enemy ain't even got to do anything with it. Why? Because we're going to keep ourselves down.
You know
what I'm saying?
And then, you know, we'll talk about this on the spiritual point too. You know, as a Christian, as a believer in God, man, when it comes to faith, how do we make our faith stronger? We read the Word.
Oh, yeah.
We go to the source, you know, and then when we do that, when storms come, when adversity come and things like that, we are already prepared for it. And it's like water off a duck's back.
Yeah.
It's like having on a bulletproof vest. It ain't no way you can be touched.
Yeah,
it ain't no way.
You pulled that one out of my hat. But check this though. If, like you said, if you are already prepared, you will always pass the test. They say if you fail to prepare, then you are preparing to fail. And so the Bible, or the Word of God, the good book as we call it, is what prepares you for the test.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like studying a math book before the math test. If you study this, if you study the Word, you get into this whole different realm of spiritual aspect, your life will be better, point blank period. And a lot of times we want to sit here and whine and cry about stuff that goes on, but that's part of life. That's part of life.
It's true.
Hard times is going to come. The question is, are you going to be prepared for it?
That's true, man. And don't you know the lack of faith is the reason why so many killings, robberies, all type of people selling and giving away their bodies and everything. They don't have no type of standards or morals. It's because of the lack of faith. You get what I'm saying? And the reason why I say that, let me give you an example. When somebody go and do something out of their character, go rob a store, it's because they lack the characteristics of going to get a job and trying to earn the money. They don't have enough faith to know that they can get a job and earn that money. Instead, they live in fear. And when they live in fear, they go rob a place, or they go and rob the bank, or beat somebody up, or, you know, and different stuff like that. And that's because of the lack of faith. I'm asking you today, where is your faith?
That's good right there, bro. All right, now we're finna switch over and talk about faith to believe the unrealistic. See, you don't need faith to believe the stuff that happens on a daily basis. You need faith for stuff that's unrealistic. What I mean by unrealistic, I'm gonna take you back. You know, it was unrealistic way back in the day when Thomas Edison, you know, to go and flick a light switch. That was unrealistic, but he did that. It was unrealistic for them to bend metal and make an airplane. They're right, brother. Now, at that time, everybody, I guarantee you, when they went around telling people, or they did tell people they were gonna create an airplane, I guarantee you, everybody probably said that was unrealistic. Tell me something you think that is. Give me an example about something that's unrealistic.
That's just like when you take it back like that, and you look into the slave days when things were going on like that, and now we have a black president, you know, and nobody ever thought that would happen, you know, and that's a big movement. That was unrealistic. I mean, we might as well be honest about it. But what it did, it confirmed faith for a lot of people. It confirmed faith to me that I could tell my kids that you can be the next president.
Yeah.
You know, and it made me believe that. You get what I'm saying? So I feel like that right there was a perfect example of faith, because Barack had to have faith.
I ain't kidding. That's
he had to have faith. And he succeeded.
Yeah.
And that made him successful.
Yeah, faith
You get
will
what
make
I'm- It'll make you successful.
One thing I tell my people, faith plus hard work equals success.
Yeah.
That's a formula you can use every time.
That's true. That's true. And you know, that's just an example. And that's all we sitting there is trying to tell you, that faith is real.
Yeah.
Faith is real. It's real, and you gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. If you believe it, you'll achieve it.
We're gonna put something on like that, man.
That's good, man.
But think about this: as we were growing up, you know, our parents would tell us, you know, that you can be whatever you wanted to be. And at that time, like he said, there was no black president. You know, there was some things that, you know, they would say you can be whatever you want to be, but in the back of their mind, they know daggone well we couldn't be no black president. You know what I'm saying? But
True,
until something, now that it's happened, anybody and everybody believe they can truly be any and everything.
So listen. I'm gonna tell you, when they said Barack Obama, the 2000 and such president, cause I cried like a man.
I was more
But,
like an
but
awe.
for real, man,
It was deep.
it was very emotional. And why? Because it showed me that, hey, if you have faith and if you believe you can do it,
Yes.
you can do it. And that, man, listen, a lot of people may not understand the power of that moment, but we talking about faith, and that's the power of faith. It makes the impossible possible.
Well, you on it, man. I feel your energy.
Man,
We had to hit on that topic because we want you guys to know that you have to have faith to do the things that other people will tell you is unrealistic. Like your dreams, your vision, your plan, your goals may be unrealistic to other people. But listen to me. It is not unrealistic to you or to the one above. So all you got to do is believe in what you want, and you just got to go after it. Just have a burning desire. You know, just suck it up, you know, and just go all out. And whatever you want, whatever you're wishing for, hoping for, praying for, whatever it is, it'll come to pass. You just got to put it in the work.
All the tests and the trials give me what I need to learn.